I started to understand about politics because of what happened to Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. So that was the starting point where there was the mass media, kan? Mass movement of our people. So I think perhaps at that time, though my family is of course that I don't have any family members that really put their feet in politics, but of course some of them are UMNO members and whatnot lah, So I think what happened to Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim really strikes me lah. So that's why I think, and I haven't been in any other political parties, so I hope PKR will be the first and the last for me. And I think the why PKR is because of course what PKR brings lah, So one thing about of course. Another thing in PKR, I think the unique of PKR or keadilan is that the multiracial. This is where I think the uniquely things that is in keadilan. We learn about other people in keadilan. We learn about other maybe their life, their belief, And another thing is that I think this is one party that can go across, which is not only religion, not only races, but as well as religion, as well as like in Sabah and Sarawak also we have keadilan. So this is where I think the unique need of keadilan, and of course reformasi lah, the changes that we believe. During reformasi time, at that time I was still practicing lah, and there's not many professionals that really wanted to go into politics at that time. But because of my belief and my understanding of the missions that has been brought by keadilan, so that's why I choose that. And of course, both of me and my husband are doctors, and we have our own clinic. So at that time, when the at the time of reformasi, so we have to choose, like either myself or my husband has to be one of us is either 1 feet or 2 feet in politics lah. So they choose me, and then I become most of the time in keadilan. I gradually increase my knowledge, my skills in politics, how to be leaders, especially political leaders. All this is actually exponential learning for me. Then I think when 2008, when I contested, that was not the first time I contested. Our first time I contested was in 2004 in Don Tanjung Puteri, which is under Johor Bahru. Now is Lakin lah. Previously it was known as Tanjung Puteri. So 2008, at that time, I think is a great success. Though I didn't win, it's a great success for keadilan, because in Gelang Patah we managed to receive at that time 43% of the popular votes. That's the highest from all the other constituents that we contested for keadilan. And we reduced the majority. I remember the contestant, I mean my Lee was from MCA. We reduced the majority from 35,000 to up only 8,000. So that's a great achievement, I think, for Johor, because knowing Johor as the staunch of UMNO Barisan Nasional. When we won in federal in 2018, so Datuk Sri Wan Azizah called me to have her as the political secretary of her lah. But that was she had two portfolios kan. So in the Kementerian Pembangunan Wanita Keluarga Masyarakat Women Ministry. So I was there. So that is where I think is one of the highest achievement of me, and I learned a lot from there. About government, governance. Being how is it being in the government and whatnot. So I think after that, after the Sheraton move, so I came back to Johor, and then coming back to practice actually, but not fully lah. Once in a while, involving also in politics still, and I was also helping YB Akmal in Johor Bahru when he won first time in Johor Bahru kan against Syarif Samad. So that time I helped him lah. So I think after that I thought okay, no more lah. But actually at the party level, I'm helping in the training. So I was the pengetua of Akademi Keadilan. So I'm helping party in that area lah, you know. And then I think in 2000 the recent PRU, when Datuk Sri called me to take over the late YB Natra place. So at that time I was actually in the party as the penyelaras for Tanjung Piai. So I do all my works in Tanjung Piai. You know, so I said, well, it's very new for me. You know, if I at that time when I was asked to take to contest in Sekijang, so I was just like, is this really for real? Because I haven't been working in Sekijang, and that was about a month or a few weeks before the election. But I take that as challenge, as always. Not to say I love challenge, but when people give me something, I'll put that as challenge. And so when we went down to Sekijang, I think I bring all my teams with me. Then yeah, it is history. I want it's really hard work lah, because one thing about Sekijang is it has been won before. YB Natra won with 1,200 votes, and Sekijang is a Malay belt area, almost 60% Malays, and only about 37 to 39% are Chinese, and only a few of Indians. So it's quite tough, especially when there are 5 Feldas in Sekijang. Wow, I think I don't think people who really knows politics, you know, really wanted to go and contest there. But it's party decisions, so I have to go down and do my work there. Within a month or 3 weeks, really push hard, understanding the demography, understanding the issues, you know, what are the concerns of the people there, you know. So 1 month tu kira macam berkampung lah there in Sekijang. So we do all that kind of works, and I know that my biggest contender was actually from UMNO lah, young people. I can't remember the name, but from UMNO. And also PN was also another big contender of me. So I think it's a hard work, and is a good. With a good strategy. Of course, help from the party. Datuk Sri also went down. Profizi also went down. You know, the big council of the party went down to help me with the campaign. So at the end of the day, so we won, and then Datuk Sri named me as Minister of Health. I think that also another challenge. But of course, with all the experience that I had, 24 years in the party, and then once I became the political secretary to Datuk Sri Wan Aziza, that really helps me a lot.
Very quickly, what sort of reformasi can we see, given that there's a government that's not such a strong mandate in the sense of PH, because you have to work with others?
Yeah.
What sort of reformasi are you hoping for, as you mentioned, the next few years?
As I said earlier, Martin, maybe as a medical doctor, you know, the reformasi that I really wanted to implement in the ministry is actually to look into this kind of leaderships, the what you call consultative decision. Consultative decision is very important to me, because I would say that these people in my ministry, they are the subject matter experts. I am a new person to come to the ministry. So this is where I need to get them on board to understand the issues, you know, and to get consultations from them, you know, and of course I will have the ultimate say, but with this input, that will be very good. Another thing I think the reformasi entity is, of course, is to me, health is apolitical. This is important. I know, people has their own, what they call, they can choose whatever they want. or their political inclinations. Everyone has their own. But when it comes to solutions or in terms of decision, it has to be apolitical. This is where I try to make, for example, like I say early on, like for example, in terms of clinic daif, clinic daif is everywhere, it's everywhere. So we have to take care of every states, even those states which are governed by the opposition. So there are also clinic daif in opposition states, like Kelantan, Terengganu, Kedah, Perlis, So when they are in need, then there we are, So we have given quite a number of budgets also to help in terms of that in opposition states lah. So I think that is one of the few things that I think we really need to reform lah, And of course integrity. I think this is very important in doing things, I think that's the thing.